What impact will the court's decision to order fair and timely payments of tax refunds have on the budget process? Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz sums it up like this.
It's really going to place us in a real interesting predicament. We need to now make sure that we set aside that money.
Appropriations Committee Chair Senator Ben Pangilinan is expressing confidence that they can set aside enough money to comply with any court-ordered payment deadline if his alternative 2013 budget is adopted with its $14 million reduction in spending.
We are reducing the expenditure levels of the departments, agencies, and branches of this government and taking those savings, and instead of spending the money on operations, we're dedicating the money to pay for past due refunds. So we're adding to what the set-aside is because we know it's not enough.
$14 million in cuts to pay the outstanding 2011 refunds, another $100 million set aside to pay 2012 refunds. So long as GovGuam adheres to the required monthly set-asides, Pangilinan is confident the deadline the court is expected to set for timely payments can be met.
We expect that the judge will say, maybe 6 months after filing, you got to pay it. So the budget provides that every single month we will set aside a portion of the collections for that. So we have to have the money of the $100 million 6 months after April, let's say. And that's when the fiscal year ends. And if we do every single month, we should have that amount of money available in the refund account.
If the injunction said you have to pay it within 6 months, well, we're pretty close right now because of what the governor has done to pay back tax refunds. The governor set his own deadline and really doesn't need a court to tell him what to do. But
Administration spokesman Troy Torres agrees with Pangilinan that GovGuam should be able to set aside enough money to pay next year's refunds, but it will take more than the $14 million the senator proposes in cuts.
It is going to create a problem if we don't cut spending. The only way to put money into that account is if we cut spending elsewhere so that that money can go into that account.
And now there's a bill before the legislature.
There are solutions, yes, in that bill. And the governor said if there are some of those solutions that the senators don't like, then by all means replace it with something else. Just don't change the bottom line.
The bottom line in the governor's Fiscal Reform Act now before the legislature is not $14 million, but more like $36 million. The bill identifies up to $70 million in potential cuts for lawmakers to choose from. $14 million is just not enough, said the governor in a release accompanying the bill. That cut needs to be backed up by the reduction of the GovGuam workforce, he said, and the elimination of certain payroll entitlements. And we need to cut spending even more through attrition, early retirement, and the reduction of payroll benefit entitlements. Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.